one of the nicest men in football or out. I have the pleasure of talking now to Bills Hall of Fame coach Marv Levy this morning. He's going to be signing copies, and we'll talk about that in a minute, of this new book called Game Changers, the greatest plays in Buffalo Bills football history. I can think of a few games where I could pull out about 20 plays that I would consider worthy of being in a book. What made you decide to write this book, and how did the process go?
Well, actually, it was a decision that came sort of off the side. I was at a party, and a publisher from Triumph Books was there, and we began to chat, and he asked me, would you like to do it? And sounded intriguing to me, so I collaborated with a writer, Jeff Miller from Buffalo.
Yeah.
I wrote the plays which occurred during my tenure, Doug, and Jeff, those that preceded my time there and those which followed. But it was fun.
If, in your years of coaching the Bills, can you pick a single play as being the most game-changing?
Well, you know, it's a very obscure one. In the greatest comeback game that many people know about,
Against
our good
Houston,
fans, against
yeah.
Houston, where we rallied from a 35-3 deficit. Actually, we went ahead late in the game, 38-35, and this is a play that no one knows about. Houston, with 3 minutes left, got the ball, drove deep into our territory. On the 20-yard line with 20 seconds to play, they threw a screen pass, and there was an unimpeded route to the goal line for Lorenzo White, their back, which would have been the winning touchdown. Phil Hansen, who had been knocked down rushing the passer, a defensive end, got up, sprinted, dove, hit him on the heels, brought him down on the 3-yard line. They kicked the tying field goal. It went into overtime. We won it. No one remembers that play. I do.
Preventing the touchdown.
Yes.
Yeah, what a great play. Talk about a play that Bills fans, it's become a noun. Someone misses a field goal, it's a Norwood. And it seems so unfair to a man who you coached to be remembered for one kick that failed to win a Super Bowl.
Yes, oh, that's so true, Doug. Scott Norwood, he missed a 47-yarder off of grass. 44% of those are made, by the way, when you keep statistics. People don't realize that year when we went to the Super Bowl, Scott kicked 2 game-winning field goals in the dying seconds. The next year when we returned, he did it 3 times.
Oh,
people don't remember those. They remember the wide right.
It is too bad. Although he handles it, I guess, as well as anybody can. He's a class guy and seems to be at peace with his football career.
Well, he understands it, and he did some wonderful things. His teammates liked Scott very much. He was hardworking, very quiet, introspective type of person. And you're right, he's understood that nothing's going to change.
Talk about the nature of this football franchise. It's been a tough 10 years. We haven't been to the playoffs. But more than most, it seems there are these plays that every NFL fan knows. And I'm thinking about the good ones, the music, and then the not so good ones, the Music City Miracle, that kind of thing. Is Buffalo special in that regard in terms of writing a book like this?
You know, you would think so, but you go to every franchise in the league and they'll remember the great catch that Dwight Clark made to send San Francisco to the Super Bowl. There are defining plays, and that's what makes football so exciting. And that's what I wanted to write about, were the defining plays in Buffalo Bills history. It was a delight to write about them. And it's not just the plays, the sidebars, the background, what internally happened, the integrating the fans into what had occurred, because the fans had impact on our team.
Well, it's great to have you here, and you're going to be signing this book over the next couple of days.
Yes, actually tonight at Borders at Highland Drive, I'll be there for a book signing from 7 to 8:30, and then tomorrow night in Webster at the Wegmans store, again from 7 to 8:30, and I'd love to see the fans come by and be a great Christmas gift, I hope, for Bills fans.
I think it's going to be under a lot of Christmas trees. There's no doubt about that. I just got to get you to say it for me. The funniest Marv Levy moment I can think of is NFL films when you called a referee what?
Well, an over-officious jerk, and I'll give you a quick background on that. He was a fellow that I'd gone to college with.
Oh, my goodness.
I went to a reunion a few years ago, and he walked in the room. I was sitting there with 40 of our former classmates, and in unison, they all called him an over-officious jerk.
It's a great story. Nice to have you
Thank
here.
you, Doug. Thanks for having me on.
It is called Game Changers, the greatest plays in Buffalo Bills football history. We'll be right back with our top stories of the morning.